Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Reaction and Review Christmas Special. My God, guys, this series has been going on for so long. This is my second Christmas special, and unlike the first one, where I bought a really cheap, really shitty, very ill-fitting Santa hat, this year I got off my lazy, cheap ass. I bought a nice quality Santa hat, and it actually fits me. Holy shit, I am going full out on this. And the movie, oh God, I'm dreading this movie. It is a sequel to my all-time favorite Christmas movie. You know, my all-time favorite Christmas movie. It's actually an all-time favorite of a lot of people. It probably wouldn't be so bad if the sequel didn't come out like 25 years after the original. Yes, tonight's movie came out in 2012. Yeah, I'm covering A Christmas Story 2. Oh, God, this hurts. The very thought of this makes me almost want to heave. Now, I know some of you are looking at this and you see that it's the Blu-ray. You probably think I was dumb enough to take the Blu-ray disc and put it in my Blu-ray player. I don't hate my Blu-ray player that much. Luckily, this is a combo pack, so the DVD is sitting in my laptop because, well, I don't give a shit about my laptop, apparently. Oh, God. Yeah, guys, I am not even going to forego any of my normal attempts at being, unbiased. I dread the absolute worst with this thing. Why? Because I love A Christmas Story. I watch it every year. Fuck, I even have it on Blu-ray, for fuck's sake. I'm probably going to watch it a good 4 times this month. I seem to do that every year. The very fact that some worthless jerk-off at Warner Brothers thought it'd be a good idea to make a sequel makes me almost cringe. And now I get to see if this is as bad as I fear it's going to be. So, I'm in for an hour and 25. Might as well just begin my begin my misery now, because then I get to tear the shit out of it when it's done. Or it might just surprise me, but there's only one way to find out. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out A Christmas Story 2. So, our narrator for this movie, as you can hear, is some piece of shit Adam West sound-alike. I am not liking this. It is already starting off poorly, guys, and I fear it's going to go downhill from here. Alright, you know what? It was really cute when Ralphie was having these kinds of stupid fantasies when he was about, what, 8 in the fucking original Christmas Story, but him still having similar retarded fantasies while old enough to drive a car is nothing shy of fucking sad and tragic. God, what the fuck is wrong with this movie, man? Alright, I know this is in no way healthy, but somehow, for whatever reason, I want to kill Daniel Stern. Well, I want to kill him, and the rest of the cast, and the writers, and the jerk-off at Warner Brothers who thought that this piece of shit was a good idea. That is how much I detest this so far. Wow, I never thought I'd ask this about a movie tied into A Christmas Story. When does this get funny? I'm really curious, guys. When the fuck is this supposed to be funny? I have not laughed once since I pushed play, and I was at least expecting to at least smile by this point. It is official. I am in hell. I am hating this more and more with every passing second. And more, I'm going to hunt down the fuckers who made this. I'm going to make them pay for ruining my Christmas. How the hell is it possible? How the fuck is it possible for a movie based on one of the most beloved Christmas films of all time? How the hell is a sequel to that able to take every single one of those delightful, enjoyable characters and turn them all into unlikable sacks of shit? Somehow this movie did what I thought was absolutely impossible. And goddammit, it's fucking depressing. Well, guys, That was A Christmas Story too. God, fuck off and die. Okay. I never thought I'd say this. Because, you know, A Christmas Story is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. It's a favorite of many other people. After watching this, I think I kind of retroactively hate the fucking original. Do you know how bad a movie has to be for you to retroactively despise its prequel? That is a huge accomplishment. Now, I'd like to say, you guys could probably tell, just off the very start of this, that when I started this, I had my expectations way low. I'm talking, I had the bar so fucking low it was on the ground, and this movie couldn't even reach those lofty expectations. Oh, dear God. Let's start with the writing. First of all, who the hell wrote this? How many retarded chimps wrote this fucking thing? Oh, one person. And it's the same jerk-off who narrated it. Oh, fun. A new man to add to my already growing hit list. Oh, boy. His name is Nat Malden. I wish Nat Malden ill. And I hope his death is slow and painful for bringing bullshit like this into the world. I also believe that Mr. Malden deserves jail time for committing plagiarism. It's really sad that over half the jokes in this thing are lifted beat for beat and oftentimes word for word from the original. The difference here. The jokes here, the bits here, the gags, the references, none of them have the heart, the soul, or the spirit that was in the original Christmas Story film. They're all just here as some kind of pathetic fan service to people like me who watch A Christmas Story every year and fucking adore it, even though it never once dawned on him that that's the last thing you want to do if you want to appease the fans. You want to have something that's going to feel like a nice spiritual successor. Instead, we get this thing that feels almost like a watery, dead-eyed attempt at a remake that fails miserably. And, oh, shit. I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck to all say here. The writing was that bad. Almost every joke was lifted or was either completely lifted or heavily stolen from the original A Christmas Story. Example, instead of sticking his tongue on a metal pole like a dipshit, he sticks his mouth inside of a vacuum tube. Same fucking thing, except the gag's a little bit shorter. There are entire bits of dialogue that are lifted wholesale. And apparently, Ralphie, even though now he's 15, is still having the same kind of stupid fantasies, which were totally cool when he was, I believe he was 8 in the original Christmas Story. I'm going to assume that he was 8. I could easily be way off on that. But, it was totally acceptable when he was that young, but when you're 15... and you're having similar fantasies, it just makes you seem a little mentally unstable. And while I'm on that subject, let's talk about the characters, because, that was one of the things about A Christmas Story that made it so good, is that you loved Ralphie, and you loved the old man, you loved Flick, you loved Schwartz, you loved every single character. Then they all get dumped into this shit. And none of them are likable. All of them are shallow, flat, 2D, lifeless pieces of crap, and the acting doesn't help any, alright? Nobody in this thing is giving any kind of fucking effort, and I totally understand that our writer, Mr. fucking Malden, was trying so hard to sound exactly like Gene Shepard as he narrated this thing. But as I stated earlier, he doesn't sound like Gene Shepard, he sounds like Adam West. And even then, he doesn't even do a good Adam West. It's really kind of fucking sad. Now, there is not a single good actor in this thing, all right? The only actor in this thing that I know of by name, and I knew going in, was Daniel Stern, who has the very large shoes to fill while playing the old man, and he phones it the fuck in. It is at this point, if I ever meet Daniel Stern in person, I may have to punch him in the face for committing such a horrific atrocity to film. Then again, that goes for the rest of the cast of this shit heap. Alright. I've covered acting, I've covered writing, camera work was okay. Everything else, I mean, I am going to grant them this. At least they were able to still keep the whole timely aspect of trying to keep everything period, making everything look, as if it came from that time period. And I am going to credit them with that much. At least they didn't cheap out on that. However, that doesn't feel like it should be enough, because it's not enough, all right? It's not enough to have, props that look like they came from the time period when your story is this bad, when your acting is this shitty. It's like, oh my God, guys, if you like A Christmas Story, avoid this. You do not want to watch this. This is by far the worst Christmas movie I have ever seen. Nothing will top this in terms of bullshit for Christmas, okay? Mind you, I'm a guy who loves Christmas. I spend almost the entire month of December watching Christmas specials, Christmas movies. It almost becomes a side hobby. I absolutely adore this fucking holiday. And this piece of shit is making me loathe it. No film has ever made me hate Christmas as much as this fucking thing does. It's just depressing. Oh my God, and just looking at this thing now is just starting to make me ill. I almost feel like I'm going to have to wash my hands for even touching it. I feel almost like I'm going to have to run like an antivirus scan on my fucking computer just because the damn thing's in it. That's how bad this was. Now, oh God. Can I recommend this to anybody? No. Because if you like A Christmas Story, or even if you kind of enjoy it, you're not going to like this, because it's just a poor man's rehash, and it almost feels like a knockoff on terms with bullshit which is put out by the fucking Asylum every couple of months. It's that bad. Except this thing's actually got the Christmas Story name on it, and that's the biggest sin of all. And if you didn't like A Christmas Story, well then you obviously are not going to fucking watch this. It is, of course, a sequel. So you would probably expect more of the same, and you're going to get that, except the quality is shittier. Oh my God. Warner Brothers made this, guys, for one simple reason. Warner Brothers wanted to make fucking money. And this is probably the most disgusting way to make money I've ever seen. I swear to God. I am going to forgive every single direct-to-video Scooby-Doo and Land Before Time movie. This thing is now the most shameless bullshit cash-in sequel I have ever seen. I will even forgive Tron Legacy for being as offensive as it fucking was. This is far, far worse. Now, A Christmas Story 2 came off the Amazon wish list. The person who sent it in is a friend of mine, David. His YouTube channel is called Just Keep This in Mind. Go ahead and watch his videos. David, if I ever see you, and if I still have this thing in my possession, which is very doubtful, I'm going to ram this case down your fucking throat. I'm going to watch you slowly choke to death on it. This is the worst Christmas film I've ever seen. And God help me, I hope never to watch it again. Now, if you guys don't mind, I need to go do something festive. So, I'm going to go try to blow my brains out with a Red Ryder 200-shot range model air rifle. So, until next time, guys, happy holidays, and I'll see you all in the near future. Peace.